Good day everyone, this is Jake Rodriguez Pomperada from Bacolod City, Negros Occidental Philippines. In this video, I will discuss how to become a programmer. Nowadays, one of the most lucrative job in the job market today is to become a computer programmer. There are thousands of computer schools, colleges, and universities around the world who offers a wide variety of computer courses like BS Computer Science, BS Information Technology, BS Information System, BS Computer Engineering, Data Processing, so on and so forth. There is a huge demand not only in the job market but also in the industry. So I have 7 tips how to become a computer programmer. Before we start, if you like this video tutorial, please click the like button, leave a comment in the comment section of this video tutorial, and subscribe to my channel for more upcoming video tutorials. So let's get started. Tip number 1. Understand why you want to start computer programming. Definitely, we don't want just to join a bandwagon because of its popularity and demand in the job market. Not because there is a huge demand in computer programming, we immediately join. First thing first, we have to understand if we really have an interest working with computers and problem solving, writing of codes. Because if we are just thinking that we want to become a computer programmer just to earn big amount of salary, opportunities to travel abroad, and to be happy that you will call a computer programmer or software engineer, but you don't have the passion or interest, you will be frustrated. I think we will not stay in that particular job or field for a long period of time, because first and foremost, we are not passionate enough to work with that particular job. We are there because of the money and then the benefits that we can get. There are several questions that we should analyze first. Number 1, why do you want to learn programming? Number 2, what do you hope to do with your knowledge? Where do we apply? Number 3, are you serious enough about learning to program? Definitely the number 3 question. Programming requires a big amount of dedication and training and experience. If you don't want to spend an hour every day or to learn new technologies that is very in demand and have the right attitude, like being dedicated, being patient in solving problems, you will be failed in reaching your full potentials, because computer programming is a problem solving process. You have to be good in logic, basic mathematics, not necessarily higher mathematics. And then number 4 question, what sort of programming do you want to do? This is very important. We cannot be a jack of all trades, master of none. We have to be specific with our skill set. From my end, I worked before in one of the most prestigious software engineering company in the world. Here in the Philippines, my specialization is PHP, programming language, and front-end development. So I just focus on those technologies. Why? Because I want to have a mastery and proficiency. We have to be focused on one particular technology. For example, if you want to become a web developer, so you have to focus. If you want to become an expert in database administration or database programming, so you have choice You can choose Oracle, for example, MySQL, MS SQL, SAP, Java development, just to name a few, or .NET development. Because if we choose a wide variety of skill set, there is no mastery from our end. It is very hard for us to create projects that we are working with different kinds of technology. We will suffer along the way actually. Step number 2, or advice number 2, decide what field you want to go into. Definitely, this is very essential. What field that you want to go, whether we become a software engineer, software programmer, data scientist, database administrator, mobile app development, other roles like software testers. Software testers do also a little bit of computer programming, so we have to analyze ourselves and understand which fields that we prefer, and then from there we learn the basics and improve our portfolio and our skills in continuous learning. That's number 2. Advice number 2, decide what field you want to go into. Advice number 3, or tip number 3, learn a programming language. Basically, this is very important. Learn what type of programming language that you want to learn. From my end, I find it very simple and easy, not really simple, easy to understand PHP. A scripting language used primarily for web development. We can study also SQL for data manipulation of the database, VB, Visual Basic, .NET or VB6, Java, C++, C, if we want to work with embedded system, Perl, scripting language also, Ruby on Rails, a framework. Actually, there are thousands Python of programming language. Choose from the list, but make sure that the language that you choose, there is a market there is a demand for that particular programming language, so that when you apply for a job, it's easier for you to apply. Let's say for example Java, you have a skill set to create Java web applications, GSP, Java Spring, Spring Boot, so you can create a portfolio from there, projects, and then when you applying for a job, during technical interview, you can present it to your interviewer, and then you can able to answer a series of questions. So there is a big chance for you to be accepted for that particular role or position as a Java developer or Java software engineer. That's tip number 3. Learn a programming language. Let us proceed with tip number 4. Practice, 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 practice some more. Working with technology, particularly in computers, the pacing of changing of new technologies is very fast. Every month, every year, there is new development in technology. So, in computer programming, in order for us to become proficient, we need a lot of practice. May advise you can practice at least 30 to 1 hour a day, daily, if you can. Because if we practice programming every day, it develops not only our problem solving skills, but also our knowledge on that particular language. Always remember, learning how to program in a particular programming language is not only we focus on solving a problem, but also we are learning to use the language itself. We are learning another language that will give instruction to the computer. Let's say for example PHP, there are hundreds of new commands or new changes in the language itself. So I have also to study on new development of PHP. so that my skill set can still relevant on the job market. Let's say for example Java. So the newest development in Java is creation of microservices. So we have to learn how to use microservices, for example. That's tip number 4. Practice, practice, and continuous practice. Let us proceed with tip number 5. Start building a portfolio of work. When we are starting out as a career as a computer programmer, one of our biggest problem is that what type of project that we want to present to our prospective client or employer. For a newly graduate, your thesis, capstone, or project, or if you are a freelance programmer, the projects that you have created, that is already a portfolio for you to present to your client or prospective employer. You can explain what is the system. For example, Bacolod inventory system for Bacolod auto supply inventory system. That is the name of the project that you have created. So you can discuss what is the purpose of that particular system to the client, what are the functionalities, what are the technologies that you are using. You can maybe you can include the screenshot, so on and so forth. By doing so, your interviewee or prospective employer can ask relevant question to the portfolio that you have created, and then you have confidence enough to answer the question with confidence in the ease, because you know how you develop that particular application. That's my advice. Start building a portfolio of work. If you have so many projects that you have created under your belt, much better. And then tip number 6, apply for jobs. Definitely, if you want to improve our skills in computer programming, being a programmer, we need a job. By having a job in a company or an online job, definitely we encounter different kinds of projects in computer programming, so we can apply whatever knowledge that we have. Along the way, we learn how to do some research. Not all the time we can solve a problem, and then we can able to fix the problem, learn new things, learn good practices in computer programming by having a job. And then having a job adds also experience, so that when you apply for another company, those experience that you have gained in your present job or previous jobs can be used as reference of your future employer in the new company that you are applying with. That's tip number 6, apply for a job. And lastly, tip number 7, very important, never stop learning. Learning is a continuous process as long that we live. The same thing with computer programming. New hardware, computer hardware, operating system, application software, programming language evolves every single year of every single month. So we have to adapt the changes, the needs of the society or of our client. By doing so, our skill set is still relevant on their present needs. That's why always remember that computer programming, just like other profession, we want to improve our skill set, innovate the new technologies that we can apply to improve the knowledge and technical know-how that we have in a particular technology. This is the end of my video presentation on how to become a programmer or computer programmer. So for recap, advice number 1, understand why you want to learn to start computer programming as a career. Step number 2, decide what field you want to to go into. Step number 3 or advice number 3, learn a programming language. Tip number 4, practice, practice, and practice. In more practice. Tip number 5, start building a portfolio of your work. Tip number 6, second to the last, apply for a job. And then lastly, tip number 7, never stop learning. Thank you very much guys for watching this discussion of my presentation on how to become a computer programmer. If you like this video tutorials, please click the like button, leave a comment in the comment section of this video tutorial, and subscribe to my channel for more upcoming video tutorial. Until to the next video tutorial, this is Jake Rodriguez Pomprada from Bacolod City, Negros Occidental Philippines. Bye bye for now.